Almost as if to taunt his own voters, Trump took to Truth Social to issue this very important message to Americans. Some of the highest quality 24-karat gold used in the Oval Office and cabinet room of the White House, foreign leaders and everyone else freak out when they see quality and beauty. Best Oval Office ever in terms of success and look, President DJT. So while Americans are watching their grocery bills skyrocket, their mortgages and rent surge, and their economic anxiety hits a fever pitch, Donald Trump took to Truth Social to brag about the 24-karat gold that he has installed in the Oval Office, because that is what struggling families need to hear right now. That dear leader has upgraded his office with the finest gold that money can buy, while they are trying to figure out how to afford eggs. And let's be clear, this is not an isolated incident. This follows a very clear pattern of being obsessed with gold and opulence, while the rest of the country struggles under the policies that Trump himself is responsible for.
Thousands, actually, of pictures, beautiful paintings, some of them in the vault for over 100 years. And we added a lot of 24-karat gold, and it's very expensive and I think very beautiful. You know, when you look at the fireplace, when you have a leader sitting on the one side and the other side, and you look at what's behind with the lights beaming, and that's all 24-karat gold, and that's why it just beams.
Was it not gold before this was?
No, it wasn't. They didn't have really any gold. They didn't have gold. And they do now. That was actually a flat piece of marble. There for a long time, but a flat piece of marble. And I just felt it was important for this office to take on a look that's appropriate. It was, the walls were painted, but it was still the Oval Office, by the way, but the walls were painted now. The walls are much more than painted. So people have loved it. The leaders of other countries have loved it when they come in. And it's, you know, more representative of what it should be.
Let me just remind you, this is the guy who campaigned on being a champion for forgotten Americans, who promised to lower costs on day one, who swore he would make your lives better.
It'll all happen very quickly. This will rapidly drive prices down, lower interest rates, and put more money into the pockets of American consumers. It'll also bring your grocery bill way down. I have more complaints on grocery. The word grocery, you know, it's sort of simple word, but it sort of means like everything you eat. The stomach is speaking. It always does.
And instead of delivering on any of that, he's spending his time and your tax dollars gold-plating his workspace like some kind of authoritarian dictator obsessed with opulence while Rome burns. And it's not just the Oval Office either. This guy is singularly focused on opulence, building now a $200 million ballroom that's apparently so important he pivoted to that when asked about Charlie Kirk's death.
How are you holding up over the last 3.5 years?
I think very good. And by the way, right there, you see all the trucks. They've just started construction of the new ballroom for the White House, which is something they've been trying to get, as you know, for about 150 years. And it's going to be a beauty. It'll be an absolutely magnificent structure. And I just see all the trucks. We just started, so it'll get done very nicely, and it'll be one of the best anywhere in the world, actually.
Thank you so much.
And in fact, his visitors to the White House have taken note, because how could you ignore any of this? Remember this moment from Apple CEO Tim Cook?
Do you mind if I step up?
Yes, please.
This box was made here in the U.S., California, and this glass comes off the Corning line. It's engraved for President Trump. It's a unique unit of one. It was designed by a U.S. Marine Corps corporal, a former one, that works at Apple now.
That's good. He's done well.
Designed it for you. And the base comes from Utah and is 24-karat gold. And it sits, I'll take the liberty of setting it up.
Wow.
Well, let's see. There we go. Congratulations,
Thank you
Mr.
very much.
President.
It's
Thank you so
fantastic.
much.
Could you imagine the right's reaction if Barack Obama or Joe Biden made business leaders heap gold trinkets onto them to curry favor with the president in the Oval Office? Could you imagine what Sean Hannity and Jeanine Pirro and Laura Ingraham and Jesse Waters would call them? Dictator, tyrant, king? And yet, when it's a Republican president demanding jewels and riches, suddenly it's crickets from the right. And look, this would be obscene at any time, but it is particularly galling right now. According to recent data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics, inflation has surged since Trump took office, with consumer prices rising faster than wages. Mortgages and rent, despite Trump's promises, continue to surge. Consumer confidence has plummeted to levels that we haven't seen since the early days of the pandemic. And Trump's response: gold fixtures and opulent ballrooms. But here's the thing, this isn't new. This is the same playbook that Trump has been running for decades. He promises working Americans that he's going to fight for them, that he understands their struggles, that he's the only one who can fix it. And then the second he gets power, it's all about him. His ego, his image, his headlines, his gold-plated everything. Remember Trump University? He promised everyday Americans that his university would teach them the secrets to real estate success, that they would become rich, that they would become just like him. Instead, he scammed thousands of students out of millions of dollars and eventually had to pay $25 million to settle fraud lawsuits. Or how about the Trump Foundation, which was supposed to be a charity? Instead, Trump used it as his personal piggy bank, funneling money to his businesses and buying portraits of himself. That foundation was eventually shut down for a pattern of illegal conduct. And now we're watching it happen yet again, but this time from inside the Oval Office. Trump came in promising to drain the swamp, to put America first, to make your life better. He said he would lower grocery prices, boost the economy, and restore American prosperity, and instead, costs have surged, the economy is reportedly in a recession in a third of states and stalled in another third, and Trump is posting about the highest quality 24-karat gold in his office, like Marie Antoinette showing off Versailles. And by the way, best Oval Office ever in terms of success? What success? The surging inflation, the failed tariff negotiations, the trade war, the international humiliation? I would love to know what metric Trump is using to measure success, because by every objective standard, this has been an unmitigated disaster. This is who Trump has always been. A grifter who uses working Americans as props for his own enrichment and ego. A con artist who promises the world and delivers nothing but gold-plated furniture for himself. And the saddest part? His supporters still think that he's fighting for them, even as he posts pictures of his luxury renovations while they're struggling to make ends meet. So look, I want to be absolutely clear about something here. Donald Trump does not care about you. He cares about Donald Trump. And until his base recognizes that the emperor's new clothes are just 24-karat gold, we are going to keep watching the same grift play out over and over again. Before you go, if you enjoyed this content and you want to see more and support independent media, please subscribe to this channel. The subscribe button will be right here on the screen. But second, the reality is that we are now in a political environment where this administration can lean on any of the social media platforms to suppress certain voices if they don't like critical coverage. That means my longevity here is in the hands of a few tech billionaires who are already making it clear that they are willing to cater to this administration. To that end, signing up for my newsletter is a way for me to reach you directly if that ever becomes necessary. I'll put the link right here on the screen as well, so please sign up. It's free, but there's also an option to do a paid subscription if you'd like to support me and my team. I really appreciate it. Thanks so much for watching.